Good evening. I'm Lancaster. If you've ever driven along late at night, you already know that highways feel different after midnight. The road's quieter, the world feels farther away, and every once in a while, you pass an exit that you're certain was never there before. Tonight's story comes from a long-haul delivery driver who never missed a shift until the night he took the wrong exit. So, turn down the lights, get comfortable, and whatever you do, don't listen alone. Ethan Holloway had driven Interstate 95 so many times, he can do it with his eyes closed. Richmond, Fredericksburg, Washington, then back again. Same road, same exits, same gas stations. For nearly 7 years, nothing ever changed. Until one rainy Thursday night in October. The rain wasn't heavy, just enough to blur the windshield. His GPS suddenly chimed. Exiting 1 mile. Ethan frowned. He knew this stretch of highway. There was not an exit here. He glanced at the screen. Exit 61. He looked back at the road. A green sign appeared through the rain. Exit 61. He slowed. Something about it felt wrong. The lettering looked faded, almost older than the rest of the highway. But it was there, so he took it. The off-ramp curved into a narrow road lined with pine trees. No streetlights, no houses, no traffic, only darkness. After 10 minutes, he passed an abandoned gas station. Its lights flickered weakly. A rusty pickup truck sat beside one pump. A black dog watched him from beneath the ice machine. Ethan kept driving. 20 minutes later, he passed the same gas station, same truck, same dog. He looked at the dashboard clock. 12:41. He laughed nervously. Okay, that's not funny. But he drove on. Half an hour later, the gas station appeared again. The dog never moved. The pickup never moved. The clock still read 12:41. His phone had no signal. The GPS map had disappeared. The screen showed only a single sentence. Keep going. He turned the GPS off. The message stayed. He decided to pull over. The moment the truck stopped, the engine died. The headlights went dark. Even the dashboard lights disappeared. The rain stopped. Not gradually, instantly. The silence pressed against the windows. Then, 3 soft knocks. Tap, tap, tap on the driver's window. He looked. No one. 3 knocks. Tap, tap, tap on the passenger side. Still no one. Then, 3 more. Tap, tap, tap above him. Something was standing on the roof. The metal bent slightly under his weight. 1 slow footstep. Then another. It walked to the middle of the cab. Stopped and leaned down. The roof groaned. A voice whispered. Not outside, but inside the truck. You missed your turn. Without touching the key, the engine started. The headlights flashed back on. The road was empty. The clock changed. 12:42. Ethan didn't stop again until he reached the interstate. According to his phone, he'd been gone for almost 8 hours. His company had already reported him missing. State police searched the area. No exit 61. No side road. No abandoned gas station. Nothing. For weeks, Ethan barely slept. Every time he closed his eyes, he dreamed of that road, always ending the same way, standing beside the abandoned pumps, watching someone carry an old lantern through the trees. He could never see the person's face, only the light, swinging back and forth. Unable to convince anyone he wasn't imagining things, Ethan returned to the area. In broad daylight, there was no exit, only guardrail and pine trees. As he stood beside the shoulder, an older deputy pulled in behind him. He stepped out of his cruiser. "You took it." Ethan looked confused. "Took what?" "The exit." "Yeah." The deputy stared down the empty stretch of highway. "They don't usually come back." "What was that road?" The deputy didn't answer. Instead, he asked a question. "When it spoke to you, did you answer?" Ethan thought for a moment. "I don't think so." The deputy nodded. "Good." He started walking back toward his cruiser. Ethan called after him. "You've seen this before?" The deputy stopped. Without turning around, he quietly replied, "More times than I wanted to." Then he drove away. Life slowly returned to normal, or at least, that's what Ethan told himself, until one evening, he noticed something strange. Driving home from work, his GPS announced, "Exit 61 in 1 mile." He was nowhere near Interstate 95. He was on a neighborhood road, less than 5 minutes from home. The screen immediately went black. That night, he parked in his driveway, turned off the truck, and sat there for a long time. The neighborhood was silent. He reached for his keys when something caught his eye. In the rearview mirror, far behind the truck, stood a single light. Not a street lamp, not headlights, a lantern, swinging slowly as though someone was walking towards him through the darkness. He blinked. It was gone. Ethan rushed inside, locked every door, checked every window. He didn't sleep. Just before sunrise, his phone buzzed. No caller ID, no number. He answered anyway. There was only static. Then, very softly, someone whispered, "You can miss the exit, but eventually, the road finds you." Sleep well, and if your GPS ever tells you to take an exit, especially one you've never seen before, keep driving. I'll see you next time, After Dark.